Hey everybody, this is the second time I'm making this video. Um, I have watched some videos on TikTok where there's a guy saying here in Tennessee there's like 7 million people, and in a SHTF situation there's not going to be any game to get, be any food, fish to catch or anything, because everybody's going to be doing it. Then on YouTube there's a couple, they're bigger channels than me, saying, you know, in a SHTF situation, hunting and fishing and trapping is going to be a waste of time because there's not going to be anything. To those people, I say you're full of crap. You're promoting fear. You're discouraging people from surviving. And you're just trying to keep your hunting spots to yourself. Now, here in the States, I say not including Alaska, because when those people are born in Alaska, they come out holding a firearm or holding a trap in their hand. So not including Alaska, the lower states. I say 20%, maybe a little more, actually knows how to hunt, trap, fish to provide food. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the rest people are armchair weekend fishermen or hunters or whatever. They just go out with a party, with a buddy with a 12 pack and sit there and catch and drink beer. And there's also people who watches videos. They go out, they buy a trap. This is a 330. They go out and they buy this trap or a few more traps, and they watch a few videos. Okay, I know how to trap. I'm going to set this back for SHTF situation. And an SHTF situation happens, and they grab this. Okay, I'm going to go get us food. They go out and they set this. Maybe they set it right. Maybe they set it wrong. They don't get anything. Or maybe they don't respect this. They get their hand caught in it. It'll break their hand. Or they get their arm caught in there. Even these bigger foothold traps, if you get your hand caught in there, it's going to cut your fingers up, and the bigger ones possibly could break your fingers. How are you going to function with a handicap, a broke hand, broke fingers, broke arm? These channels that's saying it's a waste of time, they're not helping the prepping community. They're not helping people survive. I am not an expert hunter. I am not an expert fisherman. I am not an expert trapper. I'm not even an expert prepper. But I do have common sense. I have been hunting and fishing and trapping since I was in diapers. My brothers, my dad, mom, take me. Hunting, fishing, trapping, whatever. So I do have experience, but I'm not no expert. 3 miles outside a city or a town, I give them, they probably won't be a lot of game or a lot of fish. But there's more out there than the four-legged creatures and fish. You've got turtles, you've got snakes, you've got frogs, you've got crawdads, you've got oysters or clams or whatever you want, fresh water. You can get those and eat. They are plenty of food for people in a SHTF situation. Now, there's going to be some people who's got these ARs and AKs and SKSs, these big caliber. They're going to go out and see a squirrel, pow! There ain't going to be nothing left of them. Or they're going to see a duck or a rabbit and shoot it. There's not going to be nothing left of them. Because it's been pushed in people's head that they need something like that in order to survive. If I'm going to hunt, I say 80% of the time I'm going to be using a bow, even for small game. But if I'm in an area I know I feel comfortable with, I've got a 22 rifle, I've got a little 410 single shot shotgun, and I've got a 12 gauge. And also I have slingshot that I can use to hunt small game with. I mean, I can make my own catfish line, jug lines. I mean, there's so much you could do. But I'm sorry, I'm getting off subject there. But these guys are saying there's not going to be any. If you get away from the city, if say something happens major, you think I'm going to stay here in this little small town I'm in? No, I'm heading deep in the woods, because that's where you're going to have to go. You're going to have to get away from people. Now, everybody, I'm going to have, well, everybody from the city is going to head that way. No, they're not. No, they're not, because a majority of the people are scared of this greenery behind me. They think there's Michael Myers or Jason or Bigfoot or werewolves out here. They're not going to go out deep in the woods. Look at the Smoky Mountains. There's not a lot of people going to venture up in here, up in the mountains like that. Just imagine Knoxville. They got a lot of gang members. Do you think gang members are going to go into these woods? There's no way they're going to do that. What they're going to do, they're going to rob people. These people, when they make these videos, they're not going to be, everybody's going to be in the woods. So everybody means great-grandparents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, everybody from the household's going to run out to the woods to hunt. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's take Canada, for instance. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's watching from Canada. I say 3/4 of Canada is nothing but wilderness. Wide open spaces. How in the world, as big as Canada is, and they got 3/4 of their country is undeveloped, it's all woodlands, woods and forest and everything. How are they going to run out of food? How are they going to run out of animals? Because most of those people are not going to go. Because here in the States, from 12 to 35, most people don't have a clue how to actually hunt or trap or fish, because their nose is stuck in video games, social media. That's their life, a computer. They don't actually get out. Oh, I watched a video. I think I can do it. I know I can do it from that video. But people who saying there's not going to be no game, they're full of it. There's going to be plenty of game. These people who live out off-grid or out in the country, and these farmers, do you think they're actually going to let people come in and hunt their land? No, they're not. They're going to take them out. If I'm out at our bug out location and I see somebody coming around, number one, okay, they're here to do something that I don't like, and I got to protect my boys. Number two, they're going to take the food out of my boys' mouth. Bigfoot's going to get them, and then I'm going to get their gear. If you're out hunting and you shoot something, if there's people around, they're going to home in on you. Just like if you're out here at the lake or the river here fishing on the bank or on the boat, there's people going to be right down here watching you catch, and they're going to follow you, and they're going to try to take what you get. So, I hope I'm making my point. There's more game out there and more fish than They are people. People say, oh, you're wrong. No, I'm not. There's more game in all the woods in the forest in North America and in the rivers and the streams and the lakes. There's more fish and crawdads and snakes and turtles and frogs than they are people. There's no way we're going to run out of food. If you go, yeah, it might get slim pickings, but you've got to find the area away from people. And like I said, there's not going to be too many people who's going to go 5-10 miles up in the mountains to hunt or to trap. Or take Louisiana, for instance. Yeah, there's a lot of people down there that hunts and traps and fishes. You know, they fish and with all means of ways to get fish. That's just a little bit. Do you think these college kids are going to come out of the college and run to the swamps? No. Just like in Florida, that's not going to happen. Mississippi, that's not going to happen. Because they might be newbies or whatever, people think they can go out and they can do it. They're going to get shot by somebody for not being where they're supposed to be at. They're going to get shot by them for trying to steal their stuff. They're going to get killed by wild animals, snakes, or they're going to fall, break a leg, break their neck off a cliff. They're going to fall in a hole. They're going to take their own self out. The way these people talk on these videos, everybody, the great-grandparents, the grandparents, the mom, the dads, the uncles, the brothers, the nephews, they're all going to rush out of their house and they're going to go hunting and fishing. It's not going to happen. There are going to be a select few that's going to do that. And like I said, 3 miles around a city or a town, yeah, they probably won't be a lot of game or a lot of fish because it will be fished out and hunted out. That's why you have to get out, away from people, to get your food. And not let people know. And be quiet about it. Use a slingshot. Use a bow. Learn to use your traps, your snares. You don't have to use a fishing pole to throw out there. You can make nets, gill nets. You can hoop nets. You can catfish line. There's so many ways you can gather food without people knowing you're there. So, me, I probably butt hurt a few people, but, saying they're wrong, they are wrong. They're just trying to install fear into people and get subscribers and views for their videos. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm not an expert or anything, but I tell you the truth. This is my opinion. I'm not forcing it down your throat. If you want to believe these other channels that blowing smoke up your butt, that's your choice. But I am stating an opinion. They're wrong. They're not helping the prepper community. They're not helping people in general. They're taking hope away from people when they say they're not going to be able to get anything. They're full of it. If you have common enough sense and you have a mindset and you know what you're doing, you're going to be able to feed your family. Going out getting a deer or a pig or a bear or an elk or a moose, if you don't know how to preserve that food, it's going to go bad and you're going to waste it. Unless you have a big community to eat it all up at once. Just think about stuff like that when you're listening to these BSers. And yeah, they're bigger than me, but it doesn't matter. I'd much rather stay small and tell you guys the truth than get real big and blow smoke up your butts. So, like, comment, tell me what you think. And if you see these big YouTubers out there blowing smoke up your butt, send them my video. Send them this video. and I'll prove them wrong. There's a plenty of food out there. If you know how to get it, you know how to not go out and try to shoot 20 squirrels at one time when you just need 6 to feed you. Or catch 10 catfish when you just need 3 to feed you and your family. It's common sense. You only take what you need and leave the rest alone until the next time. So there will be food there. But a lot of people's not going to do that. They're going to rush out there and they're going to shoot everything. And yes, around cities and towns, you will see a population decrease of animals and fish. I give them that much. But when you go out into the deep woods, there are going to be plenty, because there's not too many people that's willing to go out there or even know how to do it when they get there. So tell me what you guys think. I hope everybody's safe, and keep on prepping, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.